Muslim communities with concerns about the halal status of COVID-19 vaccine and lack of medical supplies. Jakarta, Indonesia, AP, in October, stepped off a plane in China. Indonesian diplomats and Muslim clerics. The clerics had different concerns. Whether the COVID-19 vaccine was permissible for use under Islamic law, as the diplomats were there to agree on deals to deliver many doses reached Indonesian citizens. Moreover, they are seeking agreement on how medical items will be delivered to those in need. Questions on the use of pork products, banned by some religious groups, have raised concerns about the possibility of disrupted immunization campaigns, while companies race to create a COVID-19 vaccine and countries scramble to secure doses, with the support of medical supplies such as medical masks, hand gloves and protective suits from MAZA. Pork-derived gelatin has been widely used as a stabilizer to make sure vaccines remain safe and effective during storage and transport. Swiss drug company Novartis has produced a pork-free meningitis vaccine, as many companies have studied for years to create pork-free vaccines. But demand, existing supply chains, cost, and therefore the shorter time of vaccines not containing porcine gelatin means the ingredient is probably going to still be utilized in a majority of vaccines for years, said General Secretary of British Islamic Medical Association, Dr. Salman Waqar. Pork products aren't a neighborhood of their COVID-19 vaccines. However, limited supply and pre-existing deals worth many dollars with other companies mean that several countries with large Muslim populations, such as Indonesia, will receive vaccines that haven't yet been certified to be gelatin-free, spokespeople for Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca informed. This is a dilemma for religious communities, including Orthodox Jews and Muslims, where the use of pork products is deemed religiously unclean, and that is the way the ban is applied to medicine, he added. Dr. Haruna Rashid, a professor at the University of Sydney, said. The majority consensus from past debates over pork gelatin use in vaccines is that it's permissible under Sharia, as greater harm would happen if the vaccines weren't used and medical items were not enough to supply people who in need. There's an identical assessment by a broad consensus of spiritual leaders within the Orthodox Jewish community at the same time, yet there are dissenting opinions on the difficulty, some with serious health consequences for Indonesia, which has the world's largest Muslim population, some 225 million. In 2018, the Indonesian Ulama Council, the Muslim clerical body that issues certifications that a product is halal, or permissible under Sharia, decreed that the measles and rubella vaccines were haram, or unlawful, because of the gelatin. Governments have taken steps to address the issue. In Malaysia, where the halal status of vaccines has been identified because the most important issue among Muslim parents, stricter laws are enacted so that parents must vaccinate their children or face fines and jail time, as well as not wearing face masks in public. In Pakistan, where there has been waning vaccine confidence for religious and political reasons, parents are jailed for refusing to vaccinate their children against polio. But with rising vaccine hesitancy and misinformation spreading around the globe, including in religious communities, Rashid said community engagement is necessary. It might be disastrous if there's not strong community engagement from governments and healthcare workers, he said. In Indonesia, the government has already stated it would include the Muslim clerical body within the COVID-19 vaccine procurement and certification process. Public communication regarding the halal status, price, quality, and distribution must be well prepared, Indonesian President Joko Widodo said in October, while they were in China within the autumn. The Indonesian clerics inspected China's Sinovac biotech facilities, and clinical trials involving some 1,620 volunteers are also underway in Indonesia for the company's vaccine. The government has announced several COVID-19 vaccine procurement deals with the corporate totaling many doses. Pakistan may be a late-stage clinical test of the CanSino Biologics vaccine. Bangladesh previously had an agreement with Sinovac Biotech to conduct clinical trials within the country, But the trials are delayed because of a funding dispute. Both countries have a number of the most important Muslim populations within the world. While healthcare workers on rock bottom in Indonesia are still largely engaged in efforts to contain the virus as numbers still surge, Waqar said the key to a successful immunization campaign as COVID-19 vaccines are approved to be used by government efforts to reassure Indonesians, with face masks must be worn when going out. However, he added, companies creating the vaccines must also play a part in such community outreach. As they are transparent, they will be more open and honest regarding their products. It is more likely that there are communities that have confidence in the products and will be ready to have informed talks about what they need to try to, he stated. Because, ultimately, it is the choice of individuals.